Hello, everyone. Welcome to Autumn is Here. I'm your host, Francine Crawford, and today is a special day. I am celebrating a full year of doing Autumn is Here. I am very excited about that. I did 52 shows, and I just really appreciate everybody who participated, all the people who I've interviewed, all the people who looked and at the show, got information, and all the people who subscribed to the show. So I thank you so much. Yes, this is full year. I think I started on April 10th. So today's April 9th. So this is actually a full year of doing this podcast. A lot of times people are asking me, what could they use this for? How could they help? Now, there are so many different topics that we covered on this show, from healthcare to checking out living availability, living options for you, to different kind of health issues, to different kind of diseases and things to know about so you could ask questions. And we talked about so many different things. There are so many different ways that you can help. The first way to help is to get involved with your seniors, get involved with your grandmother, your grandfather, your father, your mother, whoever is aging. And you don't know, they may not need help right now, but it's better if you have the conversations. I will always say to have the conversations with them, because that's the way you'll learn more about them, about how much they, things that they need or things that maybe they're not aware of. Have the conversations. How many of you have the information on your parents? Do you know their medical? How many people have that listed down? How many people know where to go to the doctor at, know that they took their test? How many people have asked their parents, are you feeling okay? What's going on with your diabetes? What's going on with your situation? Ask them the questions. You have to get into their business. It's better now to know now. So if something should happen, you'll have the information. So I ask you, how many of you have had the conversation about what your parents want for their future? Ask them, have you had that conversation? Ask them, are they financially well? Did they, save up? Are they preparing for their future? Maybe they are, maybe they're not. You may be worrying about it, and they may be, in their late 70s and stuff, and you're worrying about it, realizing that you may become their caregiver, or you may have to, do some things where you may have to take care of them or financially take care of them. And you may be worrying about that. And then because you didn't ask them, then when you ask them, you find out that they're set. They're okay. They've taken care of that. They thought about that. So things like that, you can help. And you can help. How else can you help? You can help with your community, people in your community. You're going to have neighbors and different people that you come in contact with that are growing older. Everybody doesn't have a family. So you can help by getting the information about different agencies that they can go to. The Department of Aging is a wealth of information. They deal with all kinds of things that affect seniors, affects their aging community. They have activities for them, senior centers for them. They talk about elderly care. They have support groups for caregivers. They talk about elderly abuse. They have advocacy programs. They talk about senior housing and things like that. So there's a wealth of information. Some seniors may not know about that. Some seniors may not know where to go. You can talk to a social worker for them. Go with them to the doctor. Ask them questions. Talk to their relative. When their relative comes to visit, talk to their relatives. These are things that how you can help. You can help by educating yourself about different diseases like diabetes or Alzheimer's and dementia. Find out the signs, find out where you can get help, find out the treatments, things like that. If you educate yourself ahead of time, then you're able to help them, to steer them in the right direction, and you're able to recognize different things. We kind of accept aging like it's going to happen and you'll deal with it when it happens to you. I never understand how we can continue to go through life and not think about the effects of aging and growing old, because we are all going to grow old unless we die before we grow old. But we are going to grow old, and we're gonna need these things in place. We're gonna need to understand these things. So that's another way you can help. You can help by just getting information for yourself. You can help by getting information to put things in order. Assess the things that you have. Listen to Autumn is Here. Listen to the shows that are on legal stuff. Listen to the shows that are on certain sickness and illnesses. Do you fall in that category? Or there are things that you can do to avoid that. We have a show that talks about nutrition and not taking away the taste of your food, but nutrition that will help you to maybe avoid some of these illnesses. So as a senior or as someone growing older, you need to listen to these shows to maybe put in your mind ahead of time before, the doctor tells you, well, you have this condition. If you take care of yourself, if you eat right, if you exercise, if you understand how to avoid different things, things about smoking, drinking, things like that, sometimes you can't do that as you grow older because you have other illnesses that come about. So you have to think about that. Change your different lifestyle, so there's so many ways that you can help. You can help someone and you can help yourself. This program that I've put together is something that I did because I was in need and I didn't have anybody to go to. I didn't know anything about all the resources. I wish I would have known some of these things that I know now, especially with interviewing people. It's so interesting how the help is right there, but you don't know how to access it, and that's what Autumn is Here. It tries to help you to pinpoint different areas of your life that will help as you grow older, as for seniors and for your loved ones. And this way it gives you a place to access it, give you information to ask questions, give you a place where you can see other caregivers share their stories and understand how difficult it is, because it's difficult being a caregiver, but everybody has a different story. And it helps to hear and share different stories. It helps to feel like you're not alone, that you're not struggling, that this is not your imagination, the struggles that you go through with being a caregiver, taking care of your parent. Other people have gone through it. So this is a platform for caregivers to give caregivers a place to express themselves, share their stories, and for them to get resources and get help and to know that there's help out there. We spoke to a lot of different people in different healthcare capacities. We spoke to nurses, doctors, therapists, people who are in charge of coordinating agencies, counselors. We spoke to different people, and the information is so valuable. Now, it may not be something that you need right now, but if you subscribe to the channel, I'm sure there's something that you may be able to use at some point in time. So it's good to have. So, you can help by also sharing this with other people, sharing it with your group, sharing it with your church, share it with your choir, share it with your book club. Share this information that Autumn is here for you to get information when you need it. Look at the titles of the shows and click on, and maybe you can get some information there. This is something that you can reference, and it can give you some insight into different things that you may have to go through. It may not all be applicable to you, but it may be at some point in time, or to your neighbor. We need to, look around us and see, how they say in church, look to your right or the left or to your left. And then you say something positive to somebody, or in school, when you are just going into college, they say, look to your right or to your left. That person may not be here in 4 years. Look to your right or to your left. Is there someone that's in need of your help? Is there someone that's aging that needs your help? Don't think that you can't relate to them because you're not of their age, but you can help them and assist them and compliment them. Maybe they can't walk to the store anymore, so they're lacking in something that they need because they can't walk to the store anymore. Maybe you can do that for them. Maybe they're a program that you've heard about that you don't know, you don't need, but that your neighbor may need it. Someone in your church may need it. Please pay attention to the elderly, especially in neighborhood, and especially in church. We tend to look past them as if they're not there, or they're not valuable, or you're gonna grow old and that's just it. You're gonna get slow. You're gonna be in pain. And that's just it. We need to be more proactive in our elderly community. We need to understand how we can help. We need to be able to point them in the right direction. We need to be of assistance, because when you are in that position, you may need help. And this is information also on Autumn is Here to give you help, for you to prepare, put things in order, get things together, get your help group together, get your support group together now. Tell your children and your grandchildren, well, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. Tell them now. This is what this program is here for. It's here for you to be able to have that reference to go to hear things you've never heard before. Some people never knew about palliative care, never heard it before. Click on that. Understand what that's about, how that can help you. You know, some people never got therapy, grief therapy. Click on that. Figure out how that can help you or help someone. You see somebody going through, they lost a loved one and they're having a hard time. You know, click on these different titles that will tell you about different diseases like multiple myeloma or the dialysis and things like that. How to maybe avoid it, how to ask your doctor to look for stuff, because, you know, sometimes we just don't know the questions to ask because we're not familiar with it. We've never heard of these things. So we don't know the questions to ask. So that's helpful for a caregiver to understand, because when you go to the doctor with your loved one, or if you are a professional caregiver and you go with your client, you can ask certain questions. You can look out for certain things, especially with dementia, Alzheimer's and things like that. We have so many things that we gave you so much information that you can recognize different things in that capacity, and you can help out. So please use Autumn is Here to get information, to share your stories, to talk, to be in an environment where people are helping the aging and the aging in your family. You don't want anybody to forget you when you get older. You want there to be help, and you want the city agencies and things like that to be accessible to you. You know, a lot of times we don't use what's there. We need to use these agencies so they can continue to do these programs to help the community, to come out to the community to find out, you know, what's their need. You know, there are places like Cornell Medicine, they come out to the community. They do research. You know, we need that. We need that to pull forward. We need clinical trials. We need to be able to be a part of clinical trials. So this way, especially in our community, that we understand that how to treat certain things within the community with certain cultures and different groups. Everything is not the same. It's not the same across the board. So please know that this channel is here for you. And there's so many ways how you can help someone in your life, someone in your community, someone in your environment. There's so many ways that you can help. Just check out Autumn is Here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for all the people who have interviewed. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe. That's how you can help me. My thing, what I'm doing is I'm helping. This is my way of helping. This is my way of reaching out to the community and hopefully getting some information out there for people to use. How you can help me is you can subscribe. You can go to YouTube, Francine Crawford channel, and you can subscribe. You can share it. And if you share it, teach them how to subscribe to the channel. You can let people know to listen to it on Spotify or Apple or Amazon. You can listen to it, but like and subscribe and give us a comment. Let us know what you thought about the show. Let us know what your takeaways were for the show. You know, and if anybody's out there that's in the healthcare industry and anybody's out there that has a story that they want to tell as being a caregiver or dealing with seniors or anything, it can be anything that you think that would help someone or a resource that people should know about, you know, hit me up. Let me know. We can interview you. We can talk to you. We can see what you have to share, and we'd be glad to share it with the audience. So I thank you for a year of just information, just information. And you can never get enough information. Knowledge is power. So you can never get enough information. So I thank you so much for tuning in. I thank you so much for sharing your stories. I thank you so much for just keeping this going for this year. And I'm here to stay. I'm not here to go. I'm not going anywhere. So I'm here to stay. And I thank you so much. And I'm ready to start my second year. Thank you. Good night. That is my show. Good night.